Hey church family, Pastor Rob here, and it has been a little while since I've come to you with some weekly updates, and I wanted to let you know that over the next few weeks I'm going to be giving you updates on a weekly basis about some things that are happening around the church here, ways that you can get involved and connected to other people, especially as it feels like we're slowly exiting some of our pandemic restrictions. And so we're going to keep you up to date on all of that, so I would encourage you to keep a watch on your email at the end of each week where you will find these updates, and hopefully it will help you to stay better connected to what is going on here around the church. Now, the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about this week is our Unfinished initiative. As I've been going around the church, I've heard a couple of things, even a couple of questions or statements that I would call myths about the Unfinished Generosity Initiative. And so today I want to do two things. One, I want to clear up a couple of those myths, but number two, I want to give you some exciting updates about the progress that is being made on year 2 or phase 2 of the Unfinished initiative. So let's get started. The first thing is this. One of the things that I've heard as I've gone around is some people thinking that because we paid off our debt, that the Unfinished initiative is over. Well, that is most definitely a myth. That's right. I want to remind you that when we started the Unfinished Generosity Initiative, goal number 1 was for us to completely pay off our debt on this building, on the atrium. We had a $1.5 million debt. And the goal was to pay off this debt first, to honor the Lord by removing our debt so that we could then funnel our resources that we're raising into other projects reaching our community with the gospel. Last January, we came together in the sanctuary and we celebrated the payoff of that $1.5 million debt, and it was exciting, but there is still more to come. Now, the second thing I've heard is a lot like the first, but the other thing I've heard is that our unfinished commitments are over because we've paid off the debt. Now, no doubt, that also is a myth. That's right. As we think about the number of things that we have prepared for year number 2 of the Unfinished initiative, it's going to require that we stay committed to our commitments through our 2-year initiative so that we can continue to raise the funds that are necessary in order to accomplish the things that we believe God has called us to. I've had many people ask me, well, what are we doing with the $300,000 that are saved from paying off our debt? That is all rolling in with the extra giving in order to help us to reach and achieve the goals that God has given us. And so I want to encourage you to keep giving, keep doing your part to what God has called you to do when it comes to participating in your commitment with the Unfinished initiative. Now, I'm excited to share with you some updates about what is going on in year number 2 of Unfinished. As we continue to give towards this goal, there are a number of things that we're seeking to accomplish. The first thing that we've been doing the entire time is making sure that we can cover what we call our unfinished mission. Our unfinished mission is essentially that the resources that come in help to cover our general operating budget, the resources that we supply to that neighborhood church, as well as money that goes towards our benevolence fund. That equates to roughly $2 million a year. And let me tell you something, in year number 1 of Unfinished, it was exciting because not only did we cover what we needed for our unfinished mission, but we saw over $600,000 come in above and beyond that we were able to use towards our debt payment. And when you couple that with the $500,000, that's right, $500,000 that came in December of 2019, that is what enabled us to be able to pay off our debt. And so as we move into this second year, we still need to have our unfinished mission first to carry on the normal ministry of Westgate Chapel. So far this year, our giving is a little bit down from where it was, which is kind of expected when you have a large giving in December. But also we want to encourage you again just to stay committed and stay involved, because everything we raise above and beyond our mission enables us to jump into these next 2 areas. The first area is this, our unfinished engagement. That is $1.4 million that we are seeking to raise to do a number of projects. The first project was this, is that we are looking to completely renovate our sanctuary. We're looking to do things like changing out the color of our carpet in the pews, putting down new carpet, redoing our stage, putting in a new railing, painting the room. There are some updates that need to be done so that it's an inviting environment for years to come for our community as they come and get involved here at Westgate Chapel. I'm excited to tell you that we've had a team of elders that are working together, have been working with not only an architect on the designs, we're getting ready here very shortly to engage with an interior designer, and our hope is that within the next month or two, we're going to be able to have actual drawings and renderings for you to see exactly what it's going to look like. But remember, we're not diving into moving on this project until the resources have come in. We are committed to not taking on more debt and making sure that we can pay for everything that we are going to do. So that is moving along well. We're excited to begin sharing with that stuff with you very shortly. As well, another aspect of our unfinished engagement was a $400,000 that we set aside to specifically engage with our community in different ways. We're going to be using a chunk of that to do discipling of our congregation and how to share our faith. You're going to see that in our apologetics seminar weekend that'll be coming up Saturday, June 26th, as well as we subsidize greatly the Perspectives course this coming fall. I can't encourage you enough to be a part of both of those things and to allow yourself to be equipped to share the good news of the gospel with the people that God brings into your circles. Another aspect of how we'll be using those resources as well is we're talking about developing an early learning center here at Westgate Chapel for young children. That would be a program throughout the week where parents could come and bring their kids here within our building. One of the things we recognize is that we have this incredible atrium that we've completely paid off, but most of the week it sits empty. And so this would be a great opportunity for us to open up our doors to the community and to open up a door to sharing the gospel. Again, we have a great team of elders that are working together, talking about this plan, putting things together. We're going to be looking at doing some different focus groups within the congregation, but I'm excited about the potential that we have to open up doors to new relationships with people who don't know the Lord. A couple other things, we're doing partnerships with Water for Ishmael as they reach internationals in our community. There's a chance to use some resources to enable their ministry there. As well, we're going to be partnering with a couple of area schools and looking for ways again to open doors to share the gospel with people in our direct 1 to 2 mile radius. So I'm excited. In the weeks to come, you're going to hear more specifics about each of these different things and how these funds will be used. Lastly, another update for you is on our unfinished multiplication, and this is our residency program. I know that there are many people at Westgate Chapel that are excited about this. Our hope was to launch that program this year, but with the onset of the pandemic, it created a situation where we kind of had to table it and focus on other things. But I'm excited to tell you, we've got an awesome family, Andrew and Leanne Leongfern, who have stepped up and are working with us on all of the research as we begin to develop and set pieces in place so that we can start this program with a goal of 2022. There's a lot of moving pieces right now with this, and I'm going to be excited to share with you in our services about what God is doing and how God is leading us as we seek to train up future pastors and missionaries. So church family, that's what's going on. Unfinished is alive and well. And I want to encourage you and exhort you to continue to give faithfully, to give generously according to how God is leading you and also providing for you. As together as a church, we seek to raise funds, now not to pay off debt, but truly to take these resources and to use them specifically to reach our community with the great news of Jesus Christ. I'm excited. Dive in. Church family, I look forward to talking to you in weeks to come and sharing more with you. Have a fantastic day.